Hello. How are you? Just a note, polite notice for the photographers. Don't do it down there so it will look like it's double chin city. Get on a ladder, have me look up. Okay? Thank you so much. How in the world are you? Hey! Oh, how are you seeing me?
They have TVs.
What?
They have TVs.
There's TVs?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't know. I'm not dressed for the TV. Here's what I like to do first. I like to do a little game that says, who's come from the furthest? And it better not have been me. I'm going to come down, hold on. Yes! Oh my god, where do I go? I'm lost. My god, it's like the TARDIS, it's much bigger in here. Hello, there I am. Sorry, I didn't say I was going to move around. Oh yeah, I'm on the TV. Sorry, but I am here. So the game is, who's come from the furthest? And we're going to start the bidding with you. Yes.
It's Pittsburgh, originally.
Where do you live?
It's a small little town, we're about 30 minutes from here.
About 30 minutes from here. I don't think you've quite understood the premise of the game, madam. Hello. Do stop taking photos of me. And have we got any advances on 30 minutes from here? What was that name? What was that name of the place? Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Have you heard of that? Good. London. Are you from London?
It's right there.
London? Oh, suck it, Pittsburgh. Whereabouts in London? Southwest London, I've come from the centre. I beat you. Suck it, man. Where are you from? Yorkshire. She's beat us. Oh my god, is there anyone here from America apart from those people from Pittsburgh? Where are you from?
Charlotte.
Charlotte in North Carolina. Come on, people. Where are you from? Iowa. Is that good? Is that far?
She beat me.
Good. Iowa is in the lead. I can't give it to the people from London because we have to go within the states. It's the rules of the game. I'm coming over here. Hello, darling. Where are you from?
Well, I was here last year.
Well, that doesn't answer the question.
About 3 hours from here.
What's the place called?
You probably never heard of it, Taylorsville.
Okay, I was born there. Is it further away than Iowa?
No.
You've lost. Where are you from?
New York City.
New York City!
New York City, I'm from the end of Long Island.
She's from the end of Long Island. Can anyone beat any of the ones we've got? Go on, Sam.
Russia.
Russia! You got it, buddy. You got it. One more. California, hey! Do you know why I'm doing this? Because I don't know any of the answers to the questions you're going to ask me. I don't know if you got the memo. I don't know a lot about sci-fi. And I know, your hands up very politely, madam. We're done with the game, but are you asking to go to the bathroom? What would you like? You're from Oregon! Oh, okay, that's further than California. Oh my gosh, I'm so good. I could have been a geography teacher. Look, I'm going back up. I could jump up the stage, but I couldn't. You get a right hold of you at the front row. Hold on. Thank you for playing. I think Russia and Oregon have it. Have a round of applause. Okay, now. The better the question, the better the answer. And that means don't ask me too many difficult questions about sci-fi. Just warning you. And here's another one, because people like to ask this, and I'll just tell you now. People sometimes say, oh, is there a role you'd like to play? And I'm a bit superstitious about that, so I will decline to answer that one. If you dare ask me what it's like working with David Tennant, boring. So dull. He's so unprofessional. Where are you going, Angel? Where are you going? In the line? Okay. Don't blink. Is that something about Doctor Who? Yes. Are you one of those don't blink ones? No. Where are you going, multicoloured hat? To the line. Did you just find out you could do that? Because if you'd have got there earlier, you wouldn't have had such a wait. Anyway, lovely. We're ready to start the bidding. Hello, my darling, from 3 hours away to a place called Taylorsville that I've never heard of. What's your question?
My question is, have you ever cosplayed? If so, what's your favorite? If not, what would you want to cosplay?
Oh gosh, have I ever cosplayed? Is that what you said? I thought you said something completely different there. I really did. Have I ever cosplayed? I haven't. Apart from 9 months when I was on a show called Doctor Who, they dressed me up as Donna Noble. But hey? Oh, Sexy Toby! Yes, I have! Great question. I have when I was in the office. I was in my character cosplayed as Sexy Toby. Well done! Far more up on my career than I am, madam. That was a great question, and I would go back, you know, with when, hold on a minute, I've got to have a drink. When I did Sexy Toby, they put this wig on me that they hadn't accounted for the fact that I've got a lot of hair. And so I kind of looked like the wig didn't fit properly. I kept putting it down, and it sort of cut me off like there. So I was like Sexy Toby meets Frankenstein, and I was like, oh, can I just get a wig that fits? Anyway, it was, yes, Sexy Toby is my answer. Thank you, darling. Nice to see you. Hello, sweetheart, what's your question?
What was the most fun that you had portraying a character or filming a scene?
Well, I did, David Tennant and I did a sketch for Comic Relief on Red Nose Day. First, female doctor, where are you going? You're just deciding to join a question? Okay. Sorry, little segue here. You are the 13th Doctor, is it, or the 12th? I don't know.
13th.
13th? Yeah. Let me just tell you something.
Oh boy.
The Dr. Donna was the first female Doctor. Bitches! And I'll also tell you something else. I didn't even realise that. It was someone at a con who said it. And I was like, oh really? Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? That's absolutely brilliant. And the first ginger doctor, yeah, sadly lost. Oh, they've got a policy on the BBC. What were we saying? Oh yes, so David Tennant and I did this sketch for Red Nose Day, and that was one of the most fun things I've ever done, because I did a character in my own TV show called Lauren Cooper, and she does this thing. And it's always a little bit tricky trying to find people to act with that character, because they've got to be really quick, they've got to be really on it, and they've got to be prepared to just kind of throw themselves in it and improvise whatever I do. And David is the absolute perfect candidate for that. And there is a point in it where I say something that he didn't know I was going to say, and you can just see his eyes flicker a little bit. And he just carries on straight away, because we did it straight in front of a studio audience. And when you do that in front of a studio audience, you don't want to keep stopping and going back, because you know you've given it all away. And I would say doing that was one of my top favourite things, because it's always a joy to work with David. Brilliant. I mean, we had enormous fun and, you know, great times on Doctor Who. But he's such a brilliant comic actor as well, though, so it's a joy to do that. Thank you for your question, darling. Hi, darling.
Okay.
Okay.
You're me and my mom's favorite companion, and I wanted to ask, if you weren't an actress, what would your job be?
Very good question, thank you. Just for anyone who didn't hear, I'm her and her mum's favourite companion. Do you know what's really funny? I will answer that question, but I came today. I don't know if any of you were at David's Q&A yesterday. He was really jet lagged and he said, "Oh, can you come on with me? Because I'm feeling I might talk gibberish." And at the end, we went down in the crowd and we ended up, the last question, the lovely young person who asked the question ended with saying, "You're my second favourite doctor and you're my second favourite companion." You want to go, "I'll keep that to yourself if I were you." Just lie. But I love that moment. I love it when you say things like that. Your question was, what would I be if I wasn't an actor? I would have been, and I'm always a little bit torn with this because I kind of think, oh, I don't know if I should be doing all this acting lark when there's a lot to do in the world, because I'm a passionate believer in animal rights and conservation and preservation, and so sometimes I think, oh gosh, should I just give it all up and run a cat sanctuary? And I'm really tempted, but I would almost 100% be working with animals now. I don't know that I would ever have been bright enough to have been a vet. Is that, do you call, not like a soldier, you know a veterinarian. Do you call them that? Yes. Okay, because you say some strange things. You say really different things and we don't. You say things like, where are you going in the green shirt? You're going to the line as well? Going back to the seat. What, you stood in line, thought, I've not got a good question, going back? Okay. Yeah, all the stuff, so you do say veterinarian. Because when I first came to America, you say, what do you say? Oh yes, you say bathroom for where we would say toilet. Right? Or we also say the ladies, like the ladies' room. Yes, but when I first got to America, I went to a hotel and I went up to the reception and I said, "Could you tell me where the ladies are?" And the receptionist pointed to a group of women. No, this is what happened. No, sorry, this is what happened. She said, "Which ones?" And I said, "Just the nearest." And then she pointed to a group of women and said, "Well, there's some there." And I looked and said, "Well, don't you know?" And she said, "They're right there." So I went over to this group of women, thinking they were blocking the bathroom, and they weren't. And I walked back and I said, "I'm sorry, I don't see them." And she saw me walk over to them. So it was a long old time, and I wet my pants. So anyway, yes, that's what I mean. I don't think I would have been bright. Oh, here's something, sorry, I do jump about a bit. Whoever is on timekeeping, you need, I don't know if anyone's listening who runs the joint. You need to let me know when I've got 5 minutes. Don't assume I'm timing anything. And please don't assume I'm reading your signals. So whoever is backstage, at 5 minutes you need to come there, genuinely wave at me. If I don't stop speaking, don't assume I've seen you. Okay? Hello, backstage, is that good? Because the thing is, we'll be here for 3 hours and I'll be singing and it'll be... So sorry, your question was, yes, I would have definitely done something with animals. Don't think I'd have been bright enough to have been an animal doctor, but I would have definitely been working with animals. Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. Hi.
Well,
Okay.
all right.
This is how it works.
So, in your experience, what are the biggest differences between working on projects in the UK versus working on projects in America?
Easiest answer in the world, the food is so much better here. I mean, I can't tell you, when I started work on The Office, I'd never worked in America before. I'd done one theatre show in New York. I'd never worked on TV in America. All I'd done was work basically with the BBC, where, I mean, there's like an urn of boiling water, maybe a few tea bags, some old soggy biscuits, right? I walked into the set of The Office. I mean, they literally had to drag me out of there to say you're needed on set. I counted 27 varieties of cereals. I mean, it was like nirvana for me. And this was just in the breakfast bit. That's not even counting craft services or catering. I mean, it was just like I couldn't believe it. I mean, it doesn't make me sound like I'm particularly focused on my job. But food punctuates the day and it's great. I mean, it's great here. I love it. And I'm sorry if you were expecting something a bit more arty and creative, but honestly, baby, it's the food. Thank you. Thank you, John. Hello.
My question is for you. What is the weirdest thing a fan has ever done to you? Or like the weirdest interaction you've ever had with a fan?
Phone number yesterday, that was a good one. Someone just randomly said yesterday, has anyone ever given you their number? And now I'm feeling like, shit, should they have been? No, and I feel bad now. Sorry, didn't mean swear. Oh God, didn't mean swear, sorry. What is the most random? Oh gosh, I might have to have a little mull on that and tell you in a minute. The weirdest thing anyone, well, I mean, I know you don't think this is weird, right? But I only started doing cons a couple of years ago. I didn't know what it all was. I didn't know the game. I didn't know the rules. I didn't know, right? So I was like, walking in. I didn't know people were dressing like me. Because A, I didn't expect it, and B, I didn't even bloody remember what I wore in the show. I just thought, isn't it strange there's a lot of people in wedding dresses? And then people were coming up to me and go, do you know who I am? And I'm like, you know, with purple dresses from the volcanoes of Syracuse. No, the fires of Pompeii, people. Come on. So for me, it was like seeing people, I mean, you do get used to that, but initially I was like, I was saying to John Barrowman, because he was at the first con I was at, I was like, John, there's people who dress as me. Yeah, it's normal. It's normal. But there's probably been some weird old stuff, but I can't think of it at the top of my head, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Hello.
Hello. Of course, we appreciate all of your work, Doctor Who, Office, etc.
Thank you.
Short question, are you bothered?
Short answer. Do I look bothered? Is my face bothered? You looking at my face? Look at my face. Look at my face, right? Look at my face. Is that part of me bothered? No, it's not bothered. Raleigh, ridiculous name. It's called Raleigh. Not Raleigh, not Raleigh, not Raleigh, not Raleigh. I don't care. Look, North Carolina, I ain't bothered. Look, the face bothered. I ain't bothered. Thank you.
I wanted to know, how did the Catherine Tate show come to be?
You know what? It came to be almost embarrassingly, not, I don't want to say easily, but I just sort of hit a wave at the right time, and I took the show to the Edinburgh Festival, and the BBC saw it, and they kind of just went, yeah, we'll put that on the telly, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that'll happen. And then they commissioned it, and then we started filming it, and I was like, I mean, it's definitely not going to go on telly, you know what I mean? So even while we were filming it, people were saying stuff like, oh, I don't know that this edit's going to quite match this joke, and I'm like, it doesn't matter, because it's not going on TV, let's just do it. And then they put it on TV, and I was absolutely shocked, because I don't know, I just thought it would, I don't know, it was a strange experience, and because there'd been no run up to it, so everyone was like, well, where's she come from? You know what I mean? It was like, oh, she's the person from this, or we recognise her from that. It was just suddenly I had my own show on the BBC, and I'm eternally grateful for it. But it was quite a surreal experience, slightly expedited, as I'm very grateful to say. Thank you. Hi, darling.
I was wondering what made you want to become an actor?
I'd heard the food on TV shows in America was really good, so it was always my goal. What made me become an actor? I don't really know, to be honest. And when I think back to when I was a kid, because I was a shy, you know, quite insecure, really easily embarrassed kid, and I would have been the least likely person to go and do what I did, especially given that I also went the stand-up route as well, which is an extremely ridiculous thing to do, really, for a very shy person. But I think somehow it was probably to kind of overcome shyness and take a little bit of control back. And it just sort of led into, it was really strange because I wanted to perform, but I didn't want anyone to look at me. So there was a slight dichotomy there, but I guess I suddenly realised I really loved an audience. I don't know if you've noticed. I do love being in front of a live audience, and I think I started doing youth theatre as a child. I did National Youth Theatre, and just kind of got my legs there and realised, oh, this is kind of something, and it was that. But I think it was just, it looked kind of fun. It was scary, but I've always kind of lent into things that frighten me a bit. And I think acting did, but I'm pleased I pushed on through. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Hello.
So you are actually my favorite doctor.
Uh-oh.
And then David Tennant's my favorite companion.
Right. Please be sure to tell him.
Well, I tried to last night, but it didn't work. The Spitfire didn't quite work. So my question for you is, had you become the first ginger female doctor, where would have been your first planet to go to?
Planet of the sunblock.
Nice.
Planet of the high factor sun protection. That's where I would have gone. I don't. Are you asking me like a sci-fi question or one I can just make up?
You could just make it up.
Oh, it would probably be Planet of the Carrot Cake because that's my favourite. But may I just say, not to point out that you contradicted yourself, but you did say I was your favourite doctor, and then you went on to ask me had I become the doctor. So make up your mind.
Where would you go?
Where would I go? Well, I've just done some more Big Finish audio stuff. That's just Donna. Donna effectively is the doctor, and I have a companion, and we do go to some crazy old planets there. I won't, they're not out yet, or they might be. I'm sure they're not. I won't spoil it, but there's some cool trips we take there. Thank you. I mean, she doesn't become a doctor, I just mean in the sense that yes, I'm your favourite doctor anyway, you don't care. Hi, darling.
Hello. I was wondering, I do theater in my school, and I want to do it professionally someday. I was wondering if you have any advice on how to get into that professionally, whether you think that continuing to school would be more important or getting more actual experience.
Well, that's always a tricky one, and you're going to have to defer to your parents on that, so am I. She goes back and goes, no, she told me to just leave, so taking my chances. I guess it really depends how passionate you are. You know, some people have this idea that they need something to fall back on. My argument against that was always, if I have something to fall back on, I'll fall back on it. You know, and it can almost impede you. And I've had friends of mine that instead of pushing on through and doing what they wanted to do, said, well, I'm just going to do a degree in teaching in case it doesn't work out, and to this day they're teachers, you know what I mean? So, but that's a great thing to be as well, and maybe they wouldn't have done it. I guess you just got to test it out where you are. I mean, for me, it was definitely No more education, thank you. But mind you, I went to drama school, you know, I went to drama school. And for me, I just wanted to get up and do it. But there are merits in both, you know, because it's obviously don't not get an education because I said so. But I wish you luck either way, darling. Thank you. Hello.
First, I just wanted to say thank you for yesterday. You made a small video for my husband who was the
I remember.
He absolutely was beside himself
Oh.
yesterday after, you know, he called me and said thank you for doing that. And,
Oh, I'm
and
glad.
everything. So I just wanted to say thank you again for doing that. He absolutely adored it.
Well, that's my pleasure, thank you.
But my question is about The Office.
Yes.
I don't know why, but one of my favorite episodes is when you first eat a taco.
Oh my God.
Was that your actual first time eating a taco?
Yeah.
It was? What? I was just saying, how hard was it to, you know?
Well,
try
they did, I think it was written that she was eating it incorrectly anyway, but I also had never had one. And also my other thing is because I don't eat meat, you know, I was like, is this meat? And they're like, no, it's definitely not meat. And I'm like, it tastes like meat, it tastes like meat. And they're like, no, it's a really good meat substitute. And I'm like, we had to keep retaking it, because I was like, no, that's definitely meat. Can I have a spit bucket? Can I have a spit bucket? And yes, it was the first time.
Okay. Because yeah, I was just like, it was weird trying to, you know, pretend to not know how to eat it.
No, because I didn't know how to. No acting required. I was like scooping it in. Because it was tacos are either soft or hard, and that was a crunchy one.
Yeah.
Which I don't like, because it reminds me of eggshell. I don't really like that.
But that makes the episode even better now, so
Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness.
Ask me a question.
Ask me a question.
Oh my God.
So, out of all of the characters that you've ever played in your entire life, what is the one character that you that you have learned the most about yourself, either personally or professionally, that has helped you learn about yourself?
Oh, I prefer to know nothing about myself.